All right. Good morning, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone. Hey, 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 James. Hey, Mr. Pacman. Hey, Lisa Thought. And all right. Yeah. So just wait a bit for people to coming in. Actually, for agenda today, I'm kind of like thinking what should we cover. Um, but anyway, we just go with the flow and then see how things go. All right. So we have 16 people on live on YouTube. I think we not have everyone yet, but that's okay. Yeah. So Sid, you would like to talk? Hey, Rajat. Yeah, good to see you. You're only on YouTube. Okay. I saw that someone would like to talk. Yeah. So hey, it's a really good question. So, ChatGPT agent, this is kind of like Magnus alternative. So, what I'm thinking is sooner or later, ChatGPT is going to open up ChatGPT agent as an API. So it means we can use that in order to performing some kinds of like RPA tool. So they can be part of like a team of agent. I would say so, and perhaps that we can have an agent that can do some kinds of work like app behind the authentication screen for a website that do not have API or something that we cannot have tap into. So I think ChatGPT agent is very good for those use case. Or I'm even thinking like it can help me to do the accounting reconciliation, like to log into different website to download the invoice and then come back to my accountant software to upload the invoice and so on. So I think that is pretty much it. All right. Yeah. So I think we will not have more people coming in today. So I will just share my screen and then we can start with screen share. Next selection. I'm going to no, not this screen. Would not be this screen. Wait. Okay, should be this one. Next selection. Okay. All right, so everyone should see my screen now on in terms of like agentic flow and so on. So for today, explicit drawer. So this is office hour 11. So we have some of the topic that I would like to cover today. First one is I think this is quite old. So I will cover first one is the go high level MCP. So I published a new video on that. So if you have a chance, you can take a look. Wait, no, not create a channel. And so go AgenticFlow. So my latest video is about Go High Level MCP. So you can have a look on this one. What does that mean is that this Go High Level is a very good CRM, I would say. And last time that when they coming up, we have not yet chance to test it because my account is not allowed. But during the week, Mahan, one of our customer, actually gave me, hey Oliver, hey, good to see you. So one of our customer, Mahan, he gave me an account. So I'm glad that I would like to show everyone. So you can watch the video or I will talk about it now. And second one is we are having the new capability. So we are going to talk about AgenticFlow MCP. I would say servers. So how you can using AgenticFlow via a client like Claude or maybe even AgenticFlow himself in order to help you to build a workflow easier. So that is topic number 2 that we are going to talk about. Also, the next one is we we have Grok. Grok is here. And this is fast. It's super fast. So if you guys do not know about Grok, then this is kind of like an inference provider. Yeah, this is a Grok, not Mixtra. Mixtra is a model researcher. Grok is model inferencing. So they are hosting different models and so on. So we will talk about that. And then we will talk about Kimi K2 on Grok. And it is super fast and super cheap as well. So I think this is something that you can have. We also talking about Go High Level MCP integration. So when I'm talking about this one, I'm going to talk about how you do the integration with Go High Level and how you do it as well on this part. Finally is on the multi-agent system. So we make some progress with that. I will try to show you some part, but because we decide to make some change in the workforce and the UI, so is it going to have a bit different from what you have saw before? So today I'm going to show you a bit on that. All right, there's a lot of package on agenda. So let me go through. First one is Go High Level MCP. So Go High Level. So app.gohighlevel.com. Oh, Navon, you would like to speak? Yes, sure. Yeah, I accept. You want, you can join me. Invite to speak. Okay, I think I invite you already. All right, so this is Go High Level. Okay. Yeah, good to see you. Right, so this is Go High Level. So this is a very good CRM that's very quite popular in like the creator because it have everything for your agency or your normal businesses. So they allow you to manage your contact, your conversation with customer, opportunity, payment, and so on. So recently they are announcing the MCP service. So the MCP service is actually here. You click on this one, you go into the video, you click on this link. It will show you like what are the Go High Level MCP and what are the action that is provide. For example, like they have providing 21 tool like calendar and so on and so on. So the configuration I will show you later, but I will show you how we can benefit from this one first. Okay, so I'm going to AgenticFlow. I'm going to my agent, and then I'm going to create a new agent and say test Go High Level with new MCP. Okay, I will create new agent. In here, I'm going to add an MCP because I did a connection before already. So I just need to choosing the correct Go High Level MCP, this one. So if I add everything correctly, so this is showing me the tool that Go High Level show me, and it is just similar like the other tool. So I will just add and I save. Okay, I will tell to the agent that, hey, what tool do you have? Okay, so the agent will tell me that it have access to my Go High Level, including contact, conversation, opportunity, and payment. So I'm going to say, hey, I met a guy named Tom. His phone number is 123 and he is a fitness owner. Can you create a new contact of him? Yeah, so the agent basically going to using your Go High Level MCP, and then we'll create a new contact on this one. So it will create a new contact. At this location. Okay, look like there is something wrong with the connection. So I will show you how I troubleshooting this one. So you go in here, you go into the setting, and you will have the private integration in here. So in order to do this one, I'm going to create a new integration. I will just say test AgenticFlow with Go High Level MCP. I create this one, and I will select the scope of the permission. So what I would like to test is kind of like related to contact. So I will just view contact, edit contact, and I would like to do some kinds of like opportunity conversation as well. So I will scroll down. I will choosing some kinds of like where is the conversation? Oops, I think it's up here. View conversation, edit conversation, view conversation message, edit. All right, look like it is enough. I will create this one. So it will show me a key. This one is private to you, but I will delete after this one. So you save this one. You go back into AgenticFlow. Because right now we don't have the MCP, so this one doesn't work for some reason. I don't know. So we just delete that. So what we need to do is we will go into our connection. And you go into MCP connection over here. You click create connection. And in here you will saying go high level MCP today June 22 test. For transport, make sure you're using streamable HTTP. For the URL, you go back into this instruction URL. You copy this part. Copy it. Okay. Oh, I think that there's some problem. I forgot to recording the screen. Okay. I think that is the problem. Okay, let me start now. All right. So I'm going to go into my connection again, and I will paste the connection over here. And in here, it will ask me to have some header. So if you're going to go into this one, I will see that the header is dividing two fields like authorization and location ID. So what I'm going to do is I will copy this one. I'm going to add a new header, paste, and I'm going back to this one. I'm adding a new copy, paste here. Okay, this token is the token that we just create over here. I will copy this one. I'm going back. I paste here. I will add one more header because this one asking me to. So I will choosing the location ID, copy, and I paste here. For the location ID, I need to go into my Go High Level account. And in here, this ID after the location is actually the ID that we need. So we copy this one and we paste here. All right, if everything goes well, then we can connect and it say connected. Let's go back to our agent. Edit agent and add this agent. Let's choosing the MCP that we just created today. Add this one. All right, the tools show up, but let's just make sure. So I'm going to copy this one. I will new chat, and I will just tell it. Okay. Hopefully that this route the connection is fixing, and we can make it properly. Okay. The token don't have access to this location. Why? Okay. Can you just get list contact first? Okay. So it can get my contact information, but maybe there's some permission error. So let's see what else that we are missing. Yeah. Let's edit this one. View contact, edit contact. Contact. Should work, right? Okay, anyway, let's try the other task. For example, like, can you get list of my conversation? Internet marketing, right? Can you show us the schedule feature? Okay. Yeah, I will go to that a bit later. All right, so in here, so it means the agent having ability to see my conversation, and there's some open conversation in here as well. So let me go into Go High Level, and I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to conversation. So if you go in here, you will see that there's a CRM, and there's a lot of conversation that happen back and forth between the agent and myself. So the last message from the agent is, "Hi Sean, thank you for reaching out. Appreciate your interest in solution, blah blah and blah blah." So I'm going to using my phone in order to reply to this message from agent and see what happened. Okay, so this is CRM. I need an agent help me to build my fitness plan and daily sending me some tips at 7 a.m. All right, so I'm going to send this from my phone. So it will take a while until the message have been sent. But basically, it will show up the new conversation in a message here. And because the agent that I already config, so it will have the ability to check my inbox and also doing some kinds of like respond on my behalf. Okay. Uh, so while we waiting for the message to arrive for schedule feature, so if you go in here and you will see the trigger and you can click add, then you will see that this is a schedule. So when you are clicking this one and then you choosing whether it's repeat every day or weekly or monthly, you can choosing the hour as well. So if you're choosing repeat every day at 9 a.m., so this is UTC. So every 9 a.m. there will be a hello message sending to this agent, and that will trigger some of the actions subsequently if needed. Okay. Let me go back to this one. Okay, so I see that there is a new conversation in here already, but I will not respond to that. I'm going to ask my agent to do that for me. Okay, so I'm going to go into this agent. So I have one agent before. So this is test MCP agent. So I have some instruction to this agent. So this is like when user press start, fetch open email, identify conversation, need to respond, and this is some response rule and also some template to respond as well and respond trigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this MCP. I'm going to add the MCP that I just created just now, which is the Go High Level MCP 22 of July. I add this one, add here, and I click save. And I was just going to here and I will just say start. And I will see like what the agent is going to do. Okay, it doesn't following the instruction. Maybe let's try the other. What happened? Let's go back into this one. Sometimes it doesn't follow. Maybe let's do 01. Why is it didn't follow the instruction? Maybe the model itself having some problem. Let's try the Gemini Flash. Something really wrong with this current models and so on. All right, maybe I need to start it again. Fetch my open conversation. Okay, so when I explicitly say All right, so there is some open conversation in here. So let's try the second part. All right, so the agent is actually using the Go high level MCP in order to respond on my behalf. So let's go into this one and see. Okay. So this is the reply that replied by the agent themselves. Um, so the agent is going to reply and appreciate interest and also going to answer some of the question in here. So basically, if you can make it correctly, then when you are pressing start, it will fetch over here all of the action that you already covered. I'm not sure why current today is 4.0 mini is not follow the instruction, but have the same degrade on OpenAI. We will need to test further on this part. Okay, let me show you the next one. Next one is on the AgenticFlow MCP. We also, wait, before that, let's talk about growth. So if you notice in here, you will see that there is a new action, which is growth. So growth is a provider, growth.com. So Grok is kind of like a infrastructure provider that they are hosting different AI model. And what cool from them is that they are very fast. So it means, for example, like Kimi and so on, they can reach to 200 token per second. So let me give you an example of why this is very huge. If you go into Open Router and you search for Kimi, you will see that there's a lot of like company is doing this one, and most of the throughput of them is like 70, 80, or even like 30. Firework is only 80, but growth is like totally different reach already. So is it like 7 time or 8 time faster? Even Moonshot AI, which is the owner of Kimi, they are also very slow comparing to growth. So growth is ultra fast, and because of the Kimi is also very cheap as well, comparing to Sonnet and so on. So you can using Kimi as a replacement for Sonnet, which is like much cheaper price. We already integrated Grok into to here, so you can go into connection, and then you can see there is a Grok item in here, and you just need to add a connection in here. The base URL we already create for you, so you just need to get a key from Grok, and then you can use their models. Or you can using Grok's Kimi in AgenticFlow. So the Kimi K2 instruct, this one is actually powered by Grok, and it will use your PixelML Open Router key in order to experiment. I think right now we are having some bug that causing some error in here, but as I tested earlier today, it is working well, and it is super fast, and I strongly suggest that you should do it. So because when you are building with Grok on Kimi, and this is just super fast that you don't want to go back into other the model. Okay, I will just paste here so that we can have the idea about it. All right, next one, I'm going to talk about AgenticFlow MCP servers, or let's say it is agent mode of Mia Copilot. So this one actually coming from the request. So let's come back into our roadmap. If you go into roadmap, and you will see that there is some in-house agent Copilot. So this one is having a long discussion. This is we and Alvin. Alvin is also here. So we were talking about this 2 months ago, and this is not a small request for Mia. So we have asked mode already, where Mia can answer the question, but until now, Mia not yet able have ability to create workflow for you, edit workflow for you, submit, or even debug based on the engine. Right now, today, we are taking the first step that allowing Mia having the agent capability. So in order to do this one, we are exposing AgenticFlow as a MCP service. Let me just drop this one down. Okay. So introducing AgenticFlow MCP service. So what does it mean by AgenticFlow MCP service? Let me show you how this works and in a minute. Okay. I will switch the Discord into a new screen. Change screen as a Windows. Not this one. Switch this one. Okay. Which screen are you using? Okay, you should see Claude now. And let me go into YouTube. I will change on the YouTube as well. Stop this one. Change to Claude. All right, so everyone should be able to see my Claude in here already. So this is a project in Claude. So this is Claude desktop that you have. So in here, I do some of the project knowledge. So in here, I was doing some of the project instruction. I was telling that you are an expert in agentic flow automation, blah, blah, and blah, blah. And there's some of the configuration in here. I will share this with you so that you can configure yourself later. That's okay. And also in here, I equip some of the knowledge, like the list of MCP, the documentation, the node type. But most importantly, I equip AgenticFlow MCP to Claude. So this MCP is having 13 tools. It's including list, search, create workflow, get workflow, update, delete, list workflow, validation, list app, delete app, and health checks. So let me show you how it works. So for example, I need to do some kinds of like workflow on my side. I'm going to kind of like, let me go into string.com. I think string.com is kind of like a competitor, right? And they have a lot of item. Okay, for example, like okay, so I'm going to back to Copilot. I just paste here. So build an agent that monitor my email inbox for new email. Use AI to determine the context of the email. And in case there is an email important nature, draft a response and save it to reply at draft form. All right, so we are going to use using Claude Sonnet 4 for this one. But you can use Opus as your choice. Yeah, so I think agent ChatGPT might also support MCP as well, but I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not quite sure. But basically, that MCP can using by any client. So as you can see in here, my agent, which is Mia Copilot, actually powered by Claude, is actually starting to work on the task. So it will start to do some kinds of like list node, search node, and then it will search some of the node type. So instead of like you are trying to build everything from yourself, you can use Claude and with AgenticFlow MCP in order to build it. So it is like a next level of Mia Copilot, switching between like just answering question in order to build something that meaningful and reliable. So as you can see in here, when we are talking, Mia, powered by Claude, is actually doing the workflow for us. To be honest, this prompt I had never tried before, so I don't even know whether it work or not working. But yeah, let's see if it's working or not. Because we also equip some of the tool so that the agent can do validation and also create a workflow on your behalf. So when it's figure it out or it's having some error, it will show the error so that the agent can do some correction as well. And today is July 2025, and the model is pretty good already. So it can sort of like fix stuff and doing things pretty well. All right, it's doing a lot already. So let's see if it's done. So after create the workflow solution in this one, it will start to do the next step, which is create workflow. So, okay, so it will doing some this one, it will trying to execute, and then there's some status. All right, So I create intelligent blah blah. This is the workflow ID, and this is the architecture. It will simulate the email fresh, pass email, and doing some stuff. So and also it is some part replace email simulation, set up email integration like Gmail using this one, Outlook, IMAP, add deal receiving, and so on, blah blah and blah blah. All right, so Sonnet is finished. So let me go back into my AgenticFlow, and I would like to see whether it is creating anything in my workspace. I'm going to back here. Okay, I saw something, but let me search on the YouTube because I think someone on YouTube would like to see that as well. I will stop sharing, and I will share again on Windows. All right, let's go back into this one. So this is the workflow that created by unknown. Actually, it's creating via API of the Claude. So if you click in here, you see that all of the workflow have been created. So in here, Claude was trying to using Claude Haiku in order to do some of the work and pass some email data, uh, important analysis, filter important email, generating draft response, format draft email client, and save draft. So this one is simulated, but you can always replace that with run MCP action. And in here, you just choosing the Gmail that you are already have. I think I have my Gmail somewhere here. Okay. For example, this one. And I just select this one and I will say create a draft. And the instruction is I just copy from this one. And I just paste here. And I save. For this one, we would just copy this and save and run MCP action. I'll remove the simulated because technically we don't need it. And save on this one. And we can delete this one. So basically, after you finish the JSON and also fix all of the connection, you should have a workflow that should runnable. You also need to check on the output as well to see what it does. Yeah, cool. All right, there's some error in here, some of the part that doesn't work. So at the moment, we are exposing an MCP for you to play around with, but eventually what is going to happen? So in here, the build with chat, so it will work exactly the same way with just Claude just does. So basically it will be able to knowing where you are at the moment, like which workflow that you are doing, and then it will be able to modify the workflow for you, update the workflow for you, and edit the workflow for you. So that is the new capability that we're exposing the AgenticFlow MCP server in order to show you in the plot and how can you leverage from that. So in order to set this up and so on, I will show you how you can set it up in Claude so that you can even try it yourself at home. So firstly, you need to go into your Claude in here. And then you need to go into setting. In setting, there will be a developer. So in here, there will be a edit config action. This edit config option will brought up a new screen where you can copy and paste. So it will open this screen. I will open this as a text edit, and I will share to everyone. How can I share this one to everyone? Okay. In here, I can share some stream. Let me add one more Windows. Okay, you should see this one. Okay, so this is the Claude desktop config.json. So this is the configuration that you should put into your MCP server. So I will just copy this one and I will paste that into our Discord chat. So in this one, there will be some section including like bearer and so on. So this is your tokens, and the workflow and the workspace ID is your workspace ID. So I just paste here. So if you have this one in your website, then you will be able to interacting with your AgenticFlow workspace very easily. So for example, like you go into this one API key. So I have an API key that I already create just now. I think everyone should see that already. So I will delete. But you can always create a new API key, and you say you select test MCP API key. And when you have this key, you copy that key and you go back into the tag edit and you replace this one with your key. Okay, just delete this one, space after bearer, and paste here. And for the workspace ID, what you need to do is you need to go into the agent, and there will be an ID in here from this one until this one. You just copy, and then you go back into this one, you replace this in here and save that. And then you just restart your cloud, and it should able to attack your AgenticFlow MCP into the cloud as well. So this is not only working in the cloud, but also you can even like you can create an agent in AgenticFlow. So your own copilot. So for example, like instead of like you are using Claude, you can even create an agent in AgenticFlow, but with access to this MCP server in order to gain the access and help you to modify as well. So I will show you how to do it. So you go into connection, you go into MCP client connection, create a connection. So this one is like AgenticFlow MCP server. Make sure that you're using the transport is stream over HTTP. For the URL, you're choosing the one that I share with you, which is this URL, the agenticflow.ai/MCP, this MCP. For a header, you add header and you add authorization. And for the header bearer, you just copy this bearer token. And then you're replacing your token with this one. This is my token, but your token may be different. So you add in header in here, and then you create a workspace ID. And finally is the workspace ID. All right. So after you have this AgenticFlow MCP server, then actually you have everything you need in order to create your own copilot. So you go into MCP and you select that MCP that you just create. What is the name of that? Okay, AgenticFlow MCP server. Click add. All right, so you can see the AgenticFlow MCP server is actually recognizable by AgenticFlow itself, so that you can create your own copilot on this part. So I will add here, and I click save. But in order to make this more interesting, I'm going to using prompts. So I'm going to Mia Copilot. I have my prompt in here. I just copy the entire prompt of this one and go back in here. I paste here. So this is the prompt that technically I'm using in Claude, but in here, because we are talking together, I'm just creating this one. So technically, I already have my MCP server and I have the prompts already. So I'm going to tell my agent that I need something. Let's see if it can help me to build it. For example, like brand monitoring. Let's copy this one and then go in here and paste. Yeah, let's see if the agent that I built in AgenticFlow can use our MCP to create another workflow or not. System prompt, yeah, that is pretty easy. I just copy and I will paste that to our Discord. Yep, I just drop that into our Discord. Oh, okay. I think there is some batch request error in here. Let's see what happened. It's kind of like frozen in my here already. Let me refresh and do it one more time. No, not this one. Let's do let's do this one more time. Oh, I think there is some error that in here. So I think let me go back into Claude, and using this one is more straightforward. Let me change the screen back to Claude as well. All right. So there is some question from internet marketing, right? So I would copy this one, and I'm going back to my Claude, and I say I want to create an agent that can do Facebook ad library, scrap, highlight performing ads, semi-creative, and landing page copies. So I just send, and then let's see what the agent come up with. PCman is actually 269 line. You can download the entire message.txt. It should have everything. Yeah. So for internet marketing, so if you set up your Copilot correctly, then it will be able to starting to build. Okay. Okay. I'm glad that you got it. Yeah. So the beautiful way of like using Claude desktop is that you don't have to pay for token because Claude is already free. And also, wait, if you would like to using their project, then you have to pay them like $20 per month. But I guess that most of everyone should have it if you are using this for your business. So I think this is something that you can set up, and it will help you to create a comprehensive workflow. It will able to using AgenticFlow create workflow API in order to create that workflow and debug if there is some error in here. As you can see, it is starting to create, and it will wait for the feedback from our server in order to see if it's working or not working. Yeah, let's wait. What is the feedback from the servers on this? It takes a little bit long time than expected. Okay. Can you have to create that workflow to write it and create a workflow? Hmm. Because the API key. Yeah, I understand now. So the API key that I delete the key already. So that's why my cloud cannot get access to my AgenticFlow anymore. All right. So I understand the problem now. So what I need to do is I'm going back to this one. I need to go back into my key. I need to create a new key. I would say test MCP key 2. I copy this one. I'm going back to my cloud. I'm going to setting, going to developer, edit config, and modify that file that we show in here, and replacing that key with a new key. Save, copy that, and quit cloud, and then restart cloud one more time. Okay, on that Discord, I need to add a screen, change screen, one more screen. Yep. You go in here, you go into project, and you go into Moya Copilot. You go into the Facebook ad scrapping content that we just say, and we say continue to create this. Wow, Claude is actually testing everything, every step. Uh, and it's not a free version, but technically you can use the free version to using this. The only thing that I need to using this one is, can you create the workflow via MCP? Wait. Yeah, let me show you. So although that this one is uh, technically we don't need path version in order to using MCP, but the project is only available when you have the the, um, the path account. So that's why you can set up the like a system prompt in the instruction of the project, and then you can upload some of the material like your workflow and so on. So it will help you to understand this one. But basically, if you don't want to do that, you can totally just copy the entire system prompt that I share with you, and then equip the MCP to the the cloud, and it can performing the same. So project is just help you to don't need to create a system prompt over and over again. Yeah, it will try to create a workflow in here. Hmm. Maybe there is something went wrong with the configuration of the file that I just did. So it cannot connect into this one anymore. Why? Developer edit config. Open with one more time. Either workflow ID should be okay. All right, sorry guys. I think there is something went wrong with the token. I messed it up some other part. Wait, it was saying it's created successfully, and this is an ID. Is it true? Let me go into my agent and see if there's some Facebook ad in here. Oh, okay. So it has in here. So with the new key, it's actually able to connect into my key, and it's create. So from one prompt, actually it go and create all of the workflow. What? Let me see what it's doing here. So it going to it is using the web scraping using API 5. Okay, this is good. So it will search add library active status all and own country. Oh, where is this coming from? I have no idea. And this is using like LM, like Ask Claude, to doing some of the performance analysis, extract structured app data. It will using another web scraping with AI 5 to scrap landing page. Uh, this one is using JSON to Google Sheet in order to output Google Sheet. It is using the send email in order to send. And in the output, is using like add report. It's getting the data from the inside. Structured data is getting from here. Google Sheet URL and paste inside. All right, so basically it. So this is something that you can using the AgenticFlow MCP server in order to pass your UI on this part. So this is still quite new. We still need to improve it because what we are going to do is we will incorporate the AgenticFlow MCP server side by side inside the workflow builder so that you don't need to do some kind of like configuration like what I just did with Claude. You can use this as just like click on build chat and then chat with the agent. And my vision is that it will be able to modify the right hand side as a copilot through copilot with you. It can do some search on the node on the MCP and doing some of the node and building even some like fixing some of the issue and bug with you. It can take a bit of time until we fully realize that vision, but we are getting there. Okay, let's go back into this one. So we go through a lot of part already. So we are going to do a multi-agent new UI workforce. Okay, let me show you how we are having this. So this is in hidden in here. So we have a multi-agent. Oh, this account doesn't have any multi-agent. Let me switch to another account. Sorry. Okay. I will just make it a bit smaller. And I'm going to share the screen again on Discord. Change screen as Windows. Should be this one. Okay. You should see this one. And on YouTube also can change screen Windows to this one. Okay. So if you go back in here and you go into agent, so this is we still in development, so we're not yet here, but this is the workforce that you are going to have. And when you click on into the workforce, you will see that there will be a new UI where we have the new ability, which is we can configure the trigger, we can configure the supervisor, we can configure the sub agent, and in we are having some of the UI that, for example, like which one is working? We are still in development on that. Not this one. Let's see. No, not this one. No. Which one is working? Deep research. Look like the latest development is, oh, for some reason it was broken for all. Oh, I think the latest version is not displayed in this one yet. But let me brief you on the right hand side. So we are revamping the entire workforce. So you can see it is under different path and the ID is totally different. So what it have is going to receive the trigger from the either is it going to be user message, or it can be a workflow trigger, or is it going to be a webhook, and then it will directly into different agent as a node in here. So you basically you can add multiple agent as a kind of like a node in a graph, and then you can technically map them together. And it's just like a workflow, but consists of multi of the agent. So when the trigger in, we have the supervisor. The supervisor will split the task into multiple agent, and the multiple agent they can kind of like map into the different agent underneath of them. And in this one, you can see in here, when I click on this one, it's going to be the connection type. Connection type is allow you to configure the condition. So the condition is here. It can we have two types, AI condition or the normal condition. So condition is kind of like a code base. So you can like if else and so on, so that it can refer into some of the variable in order to decide whether it's going to go through this branch or not. Or AI condition is kind of like LLM monitoring use case where you have the agent that going to do the branching and so on like that. So I think right now this is the error, but basically you will see the all of the run history that the entire multi-agent system is running. And if you click on one run, it will show like whatever on the left hand side showing, it will show in that sequence. Like you are going to receive a trigger, the first agent makes some decision and it does something on here, and then it will determine whether it's going to this agent or this agent. So it's going to go to on the right hand side on this one. So the reason that we need to do some revamp on this is because we realize the original chat interface of the agent, which is the current one that display in here. This one. This is the current version of the multi-agent that you already see. So this one is working, but it is a chat interface. So it is pretty hard to simulating the how multi-agent connect to each other and also trigger and so on. So that's why we were working on the revamped version of that. So it will have an entire timeline on the right hand side. So instead of like a chat thread with message back and forth, we will make it as a timeline so that whenever that you are looking at the agent, you can see how they interacting with each other when they code what, and it will having the better UI to showing the parallelism and so on. So because this is a new UI, so it is quite sort of rough comparing to the current chat interface. But eventually, we will try to finish it by the end of the month in order to replace the current UI that you have in here. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for today. This is the new UI that we are currently working on for the multi-agent system. We are sort of like finished all of the back-end work already, and also we received some of the bug fix from everyone as well. So we will continue to finalizing the multi-agent system, and hopefully that it will be available to everyone soon. Yeah. So I think we have a few minutes for a question. So Nava, yeah, you have some question. Insurance company require internal automation while ensure strict data privacy, like understand agent can deploy on on-premise. Yes, so we have that option. It's called AgenticFlow. Anyways, so this is enterprise edition of AgenticFlow. So what does this here is that it will have everything AgenticFlow have, and it is sitting in the cloud of the customer. So it will fully compliance to like security, privacy, because everything is in their cloud. So this is it will require you to gain the enterprise license of Agentic Flow. If you have that customer, you can have that. For multi agent, you go to Agentic Flow. Currently, we are doing some. You can click on multi agent. You can pre-order. Okay, this is here. MAS. So we're still doing pre-order for the multi-agent system, and you can just using this one for the customer that currently having tier 4 with multi-agent system. We have the ability to do some early pilot on testing, which is a UAT as of now. For other, we are anticipate that by the end of the month, we will open for all of the multi-agent system customer. Yeah, you can see it here. Yeah. So because you need to log in first, so your workspace must either have a tier 3 or tier 4 in order to upgrade on this one. And uh, if you don't have that, for now, there's no way to upgrade. But maybe at the end of the month, we can adjust the tier up a bit so that you can upgrade either from tier 1 or tier 2. So if you are interested, you can drop an email to support at agenticflow.ai. We can happy to help you to unlock the this one. All right, so let me go back into uh, the agenda. So I think we cover quite a few things today. How can we go back into the agentic flow? Let me change screen. Okay, how many windows that we have? Stop sharing and share screen again. Next selection, not this one. All right. I think we went through quite a bit of today. Go high level MCP and with MCP integration. We have growth and Kimi 2 on growth. We also introducing Agent for MCP server and also the agent mode with Mia Copilot. We're also having a new UI for workforce, as you can see already, and we have a better UI for chat, which is I think right now we have not yet finished development. I will think we'll show you later on this. Uh, Yeah, so I think that there's some issue with the model itself. We have to verify that to see what happened. So sometimes the model, which is like GPT-4o, they are not following the instruction. So we will normally what I will do is to switch to another model to see what is the problem. But I will definitely look back into the issue and see why the agent is not following the instruction. And if this is something that within agentic flow, I will fix that, but if it's not something that model agentic flow can handle, I will tell you in the group as well. Yeah, thanks, Michael. Yeah, so there's some other question. When creating workflow, there's a trigger as a starting point, and the trigger ignore when a workflow is shared with agent. Yeah, correct. So the trigger in workflow is technically is just an optional step. So you can always submit, for example, like this workflow daily Pokemon. Uh, you can either just trigger it as a form. Why is it a bit slow? Let me refresh this one more time. Okay, so for example, this workflow, you can go in here and then you can choose story length, delivery method, and so on, and then you just click run. So that is what step of the user input. So this is serving for the purpose that you are like the normal input. In case that you don't want to go into AgenticFlow and then trigger that, then you can using another application to trigger via webhook or doing the schedule, repeat every day, every week at certain hour. So what it does is that it just trigger on behalf of you. So you don't need to trigger manually. It will just automatically trigger. Okay. And okay, next question. Can we run video creation using AI? Yes, of course. So I think what you can do is that you can, for example, like if you go into replicate.com. So replicate.com is kind of like an inference provider, and they have a partnership with a lot of like models. For example, like VO3, and this model from Google is very good at like creating video. And how can you creating this one with AgenticFlow? So you just need to go into AgenticFlow, you go into workflow, and then you new workflow, and you say test replicate VO3, and you create a new workflow. And in here, actually delete this action, you just step, and you search for replicate, run replicate model. So in here, actually, you can add a connection to replicate. I don't have it here, but basically, if you have a connection, which is an API key from replicate, you can add connection. And for model, you just need to copy this one into here. And for the input parameter, you just go here. You go into JSON, and then you just copy this one, copy, and then you paste here. That's it. And then when you have connection and you save, then you trigger this form. It will trigger to Google VL3 with this prompt. In case that you don't want to have this prompt as a hard coded, you can using a convention to take, for example, like prompts like this, save. So technically, it's telling this run replicate action, taking the input from here. This is text, not prompts. Okay, let me copy this one. I'm going here, and I'm just saying this one a text. And this workflow, what it does is that it was accepting a prompt from you in order to run a replicate model and create a video for you. And you can create different area on this part. And I have a YouTube video on this one. I suggest that you go into here, and you go into video, you search for replicate. Yeah, so this is a good video. You can copy this one and paste on that. I will paste this video into our YouTube and also on our Discord. All right, next question. Volcano, and sorry, because I think before we were sharing on the Discord. So any chance tier 3 and 4 user get a discount for enterprise? I was telling you like the enterprise edition is quite expensive. It is starting 50K per year. We are happy to work together with you in order to expanding this one. We can having our sales team and tech team in order to work together with you in order to sell that. And I think we can even like having some partnership structure. Depends on how we get into the customer and how is your contribution into that. Believe that we can do technology enablement, and you can do the sell or vice versa. I think we can structure a deal. If you have a customer that interested in our enterprise solution, we can talk together and we can structuring a deal on that part. Discount, yeah, we can talk about that as well. Even like we can help you to have a base price, and then you can doing some kinds of like margin off as long as your customer is willing to pay. I think we are happy to work together with you on that. All right. So apps. Okay. Next action is please also add URL option in input field. Uh, Actually, on this one, we allow you to quite flexible. So it means in this one, you can just configure text, and you can just change its name into URL or whatever you like. There is no limitation. You can configure done is you should change URL, and this is URL. So basically, you can modify this one to anything, and then your customer, when they are seeing this one, is it going to be the URL, and then when you are sharing that as a kind of like embeddable shareable link, they will be able to see this as well. Yeah, I just copy this one. I open a new tab, and it here. So this is a form that I create. It hidden everything, and it follow my instruction. If there is a way to ever create a resource with input parameter tips and rules for non-coder, that would be useful. Yeah, that is something that is useful. So I'm going to have here. Uh, we have I think we have some. So in here you have the workflow and user input. You can click on this one, text input, long text input, and you can copy this one and then you paste. Yeah, you can search and read about this one in here. Oh, on YouTube, I stopped sharing screen already. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for now. Any other question? Let me see. Edit high AgenticFlow in shareable link. Will copy and paste. Uh, there is no AgenticFlow in shareable link. I think before we were having an icon in here, but actually we removed that. Or if you mention about the agent, then actually you can go in here and then you can go into share and then you just switch on this hidden powered by, and when you are publishing the agent, it will not show it. So if you go here and then you see that there is a small powered by AgenticFlow.ai, but if you go into your agent and then you just switch on the hiding this one, you save, and then it's going to be gone. Yeah, you can see here. So that is how it's work. In my workflow, I paste the URL based on the URL, scrap the data, and create a script. Yeah, that is pretty straightforward. So we have a video about that. I suggest that you can go into our YouTube channel. You can go into, for example, like the, how do you say, enrich. Yep. So this one, this is a good workflow. You click here, and then you click on this workflow, and then you clone to edit. So this is a workflow that accepting the company name and website URL, and then it will doing some of the scrap the company LinkedIn website, like this one, and then it will transform the scrapped data into something that JSON readable, and then you can input that into your Google Sheet and so on. So I think that is something that's very relevant to what you have. So I will just paste here, and I also paste the video that we have in here as well. I hope that is useful for you. Yeah. Changing multiple color, layout, and text. Yeah. So we have some ability to modify that. Not much, but what you can do is you can changing the theme on the color, like orange, yellow. You can change the font size, large, and so on, and you can save that. We are going to work further in order to do some modification. You can change some welcome message, like hello, and you can either like create some new suggested message, like oh, I think there's some bug in this suggested message already. We will fix that. But basically, this is a chat experience that you can modify. It either can be welcome message. You can turn on and off the auto suggestion. For example, like the auto suggestion is the message that there will be small tree icon that we have in here, and it will reply. Yeah, just wait it. It will show up. Yeah, you can see this one. If you don't want to see it, then you just off this one, and your user will not see it. But if you want it to do it, then you enable and it will show up again. For Umbra, I think there is a question from Umbra. Okay, what is the question? Our tier 4 including image generation credit. So AgenticFlow is not including the pixel ML. So if you go into workflow, you will see that all of the action in here is indicated by the logo. So whatever that AgenticFlow is built in, it is having the AgenticFlow logo built in, like this one. For the image generation, then we have a few provider that is having, for example, like uh, edit image, generate image, or Strico and so on. So this provider is having some of the action. Yeah, like generate image. So these two is included by PixelML. So if you use here, and then you will see that we are using some other provider like OneWare or DALI or Stable Diffusion. So actually, these are the capability that not powered by system. So we are just proxy that from somewhere else in order to bring here. So that is our open router path-through services and not covering by your credit. Okay. Thanks, Volcano. Yes, we are trying to upgrade the system every day and make it more useful. It is still not the user experience and the ease of use that I want it to be yet, but I guess we will do it from one by one. Today is like office hour 11. We start office hour like 10 weeks ago, and I hope to make it like 100. So I think when we reach 100, the product should be much more mature comparing to where we are right now, and I'm quite confident about that. Zero work rate. Let me see. I think in MCP, let's see if we can have zero. There is no. So there is no official MCP that currently supported. But if zero work, MCP is something that available. No, there is not. So I think at the moment we do not able to have access to zero X, but if they later they can have MCP. Hey, thanks for that. But I think what you can do is that you can raising some of the feature on our feature base in here. For example, about zero work, and if it's something that this is very useful and more community to have, then perhaps that we can talk to some of the developer if they can develop some MCP server, then we can use that. Yeah, I hope that this is something that's useful for you. I think my camera also died already. I have no battery left on my camera, so I think we need to get off. So it's the last question. When we're able to create additional workspace, I see the button not work. Yes. So the current workspace is disabled. because we have people that trying to create like 300 workspace just to enjoying the free credit. So at the moment, we disable it to prevent spam. But technically, the workspace is isolated of your credit and so on. So it will not be able to make use of your credit. We have a feature in our roadmap that having the organizing in folder and so on. So we will find some time in our upcoming iteration in order to solve that, and hopefully that we can get it quite soon. Yeah, so because the folder is actually within the workspace and it will able to sharing the credit. Yeah, yeah, correct. So we will have a folder concept, and it's basically just grouping them together. Yes, correct, correct. Add this chat archive uh, in the stage. Yeah, I think every time you go into Discord and you click on the stage, then it will show up. I think. Let me stop streaming. I will share screen again. Make selection. Yeah, so every time you go into stage and then you click on this open chat, it will come back into this screen. Actually, you can scroll up and you can see everything's in the very early already. So it should be here. So yeah, every week we will just come and chat together here. Yeah. All right. I think we are already 24 minutes overtime, and I'm glad that everyone is staying. And I hope that this is useful for you. And I will see you in next week. And see you. Bye bye. Have a good day.